Hey, there's a version of them in your head, one that makes more sense than the real one. They remember your favorite songs. They never ignore your messages. They understand the things you don't even know how to say. They love you the way you always needed to be loved. But that version isn't who they actually are. I think sometimes the pain we carry isn't just from losing someone, it's from losing the idea of them we built in our heads. From realizing they weren't the person we thought they were, or wanted them to be. In my case, I knew someone like this. Someone who made everything feel easier until you realized how complicated it already was. She was the kind of person who'd say funny things about someone standing literally right next to her, without a second thought or a filter. Kind of oblivious, kind of brilliant in her own chaotic way. Academics didn't love her too much, but she had a spark that grades could never measure. She once left school before classes started. Like the world outside the gates was calling louder than any class ever could. It made you wonder if she ever felt grounded, if she even wanted to be. And then there were the boundaries, or the lack of them. The way she'd let moments slip into something that looked like too much. Not because she meant harm, she never did. She was sweet, really. Just not always aware of how her actions could be seen. And people talked, they always talk. Her reputation didn't fall apart because she was cruel, but because she lived as if the world wasn't watching. And even when it was, she didn't seem to mind. After hearing all of this, you'll say I'm crazy. But I stayed. Not because I romanticized her, but because I saw who she was. The good, the bad, the flaws that made her real. And that's what I held on to. Imperfect, unfiltered, impulsive. Someone who made ordinary moments feel like they had colors again. But sometimes even that isn't enough. Because love, or whatever this almost love thing was, needs more than memory and feeling. It needs clarity. It needs to feel safe. It needs to breathe. And I think that's why we let go. Not out of hate, not out of pride, but because we finally see things as they are. Not better, not worse, just real. If you're here feeling the weight of it, know that you're not alone. You might be holding on to something that's imperfect, that's broken, that doesn't fit the way you imagine it. But that's okay. Because in the end, you are learning to see things clearly. You are learning to love people for who they are, not for who you hoped they'd be. And that, in itself, is a kind of healing. So be gentle with yourself. You will get through this. And maybe one day, you'll look back and see that the real version of them, flaws and all, was something worth holding on to.